Welcome back to my channel. I have not posted in like 4 weeks. I have been sick, I've been out of town, I've been doing 10 million other things that are not my YouTube channel. But guess what? Hello, I'm back with a new style of video. So today, if you don't know who I am, I'm Aesthetically Princess. If you follow me on Instagram, you know exactly who I am. If you don't, you should. On my Instagram, as suggested by the name, I run an aesthetics page. Today we're doing tips on how to run your aesthetics page. These are easy ones, not like style inclusive, like specific aesthetics. So let's get into it. So, thing number one, always thing number one, how to get an aesthetics page. An aesthetic page, the best way to do aesthetic is either you can just start your own page or you can just continue on your current Instagram page. Best way to continue on your current Instagram page is to either make a border. You can get these pictures off of Pinterest or other pages. Like my personal one is a gray border, and then it'll have the color of the month because I do monthly colors on my personal Instagram. So every month it'll have a different color. So this month I am doing gray, so it'd be my dark gray background with the word aesthetic put in a little bit lighter gray or a little bit darker gray. But either way, I have a board that cuts off where my current aesthetic ends and begins. Another way to do it is you can start another aesthetics page that's not your current page. Best way to do it, because then you have two pages. I have three Instagrams. I have my personal, I have my art, and then I have my aesthetic Instagram. Altogether, the followers is probably around 500-600, but my aesthetics page only has 40 followers, so it's not that good. Another way to do it is you can, what did I say? My goodness. Just start up where you left off with your current page and just throw in slightly aesthetic pictures that bleed into your current one. It's the easiest way to do it and doesn't take as much time. So, up next, different types of aesthetic pages. Swoop. Okay, different types of aesthetic pages. That's so hard to say. Different types of aesthetic pages are the pastel aesthetic, the grunge aesthetic, the art ho aesthetic, and then there are bad bitch aesthetic and anything other. We'll figure it out. My personal aesthetic is anything that I feel like doing that particular month. Right now I've got a slightly gray grunge going on, so if you go on my page, if you like gray grunge, this month is for you. But if you run a grunge page, try and keep your colors cohesive. Your gray grunge should be cohesive, if anything. Pastels is of course the ideal of pastels, light pinks and light purples, light greens. You get the idea. A regular art ho page usually ensues the book bag, the German book bag. I'll use the German book bag. Of course, plants, you don't have to use actual plants. I use succulents, but my succulents are fake because I can't take care of an effing flower. I'm really bad at plants. So, guess who don't have to deal with that? Me. But there's also the idea of a bad bitch type of Instagram page. I know a lot of people run those types of your style is kind of massive eyeliner, contoured for the gods type aesthetic. I will help y'all with that aesthetic if y'all need it. But it's pretty easy. Usually your aesthetic is whatever you just, how I call it, the soul aesthetic. My heart and soul aesthetic is black, pink, and green. That's not what my page is. But usually, probably by the beginning of next year, I'll probably just have my page just completely pink, black, and green. Usually what your current style is, like if you have like the vintage style, you can probably run a vintage Instagram, of course. Like there's good brands to do vintage things like that, and of course I will get into more aesthetic brands in another video. If you like this one, you should stay, you should subscribe. I'm pretty nice, I'm very acceptable with my posting, but hey. But anyways, if the certain aesthetic page you need to run is whatever you feel like you need to be running. There's also aesthetic journaling pages. That's another thing. If you really are into weird notebooks and stuff like that, having a bunch of notebooks and running your like a page with your journaling and stuff, of course you can just incorporate your journaling to your page. Of course, there's also the K-pop aesthetic or the pop star aesthetic. Of course, it's pictures of your pop star, and of course, as K-pop fans, we have Selka days. It'll be Selka days. It'll be you, your idol, comparing like a picture between you two. Especially if you're a multi-fan member, that's like really easy Instagram to run, because if you really want, you could just be buying random crap that matches what they're currently wearing for their pictures and just copy their pictures. That's another way to run an Instagram. Do a celebrity gram. You're just copying celebrities. It's a good way to run an Instagram. It's good views. It's good likes. So, next, getting into different apps that you can use to run your Instagram. App time. App time. It's time for your apps. This is to figure out what kind of apps you want to use. These are the apps that I use. These are the apps that are the best to use. If you're running like an interesting like Instagram, it can be anything that you're running, but they just make good edits, a good way to cohesively make all your pictures. All of my pictures have like this blue-gray tint to them. Blue-gray tint. Make sure they all keep within that color scheme. I always cool down my pictures. But app I use are photo editor. Literally, that's what it says, just photo editor. That's how I edit all of my pictures. Usually, I'll just up the sharpness, up the saturation depending on how I'm feeling that day, and depending on what color I'm using as well. I'll up the saturation, cool it down. What else? What else am I trying to say? What do I do? Contrast. Up my contrast, up my brightness ever so slightly. And then sometimes if I'm doing like a picture of me, like my face, then I will smack a focus on my face. Smack a focus on the face. Smack a focus on the foos. The next app I use is Preview. Preview is a good app to use so you understand what your feed will look like before you post any pictures. Because if you post your pictures without like using your feed, like your current feed of pictures, you're just like posting pictures, it'll look unplanned out, it'll look smushed together. I use Preview so I can figure out what pictures look best next to each other, so they don't like, I have a gray aesthetic right now, so gray, random gray, no, gray, cohesive gray. It's what I'm trying to keep with the gray idea. Next app, Visco. Visco's really good if you want the vintage type Instagram. Like if you want, like the best way to do it is like the white dotted streaks across the page, of course. But Visco makes some of the best ways to edit some of your pictures. And you can also post on Visco and get followers on Visco for people that like the way you edit your pics. What else? What else do I use? Adobe Capture. If you see anyone in this room that have these circles of color pointed to certain colors on their picture, it's Adobe Capture. Usually you just edit, pick the colors that you want to show specifically, and screenshot it, crop it, post it. That's how I did my picture of today. Today is actually a Saturday. It's a Friday. Today's a Friday. It's Friday. Since today's Friday, I actually have a picture of makeup up on my page. But as you can see, there are like circles on it and stuff. Yeah, Adobe Capture on that good dish, you know. Another preview app I use is Plan, Plann. It tells you when you scheduled some of your pictures. it keeps me in track of what I need to post. So I don't just like post at like 6 or like 12 or like 3 or like 4 or like 4:15, like 9 o'clock at night. That don't help. Actually, I'll get into the best way to figure out how you want your followers to understand what you're doing in a minute. Is that all the apps I use? What's the name of that app? It's the Pixar. I use Pixar for edits. If you want to put like random stuff on your pictures, like stars, a moon, a random logo, Pixar. So, getting into best way to run your Instagram page. I get weird. Awesome. Okay. Now, last part of this vid. Running your Instagram. This is the easiest part. I'm going to tell you why it's the easiest part. Just set your Instagram to business. Benefits. A lot. You can see what people post, or not what post. See what people like when you post. Like there are certain pictures that a lot of people will really like, and what time there's also a picture. Figure out what your audience is specifically. You can figure out what your audience is and what time they're live. Cause like my audience is awake at 3, so I post at 3. You know, if I post at 3, we're all good. What else is there? You can figure out what stuff people like, what pictures people actually like. Also, you get on the explore page when you set it to business, and you can see what people, and you can see when it's been set to the explore page. I get my pictures posted to the explore page sometimes, like only a little bit of times, but like sometimes only. Another thing that you can use the business side of it for is if you pay, you can also promote your page. It'll give you pictures that you should promote to certain people. You can also see when people save your stuff. You know, the little note piece on Instagram. You can see when people use that, because I have a few pictures that people have like saved and stuff, and they're like Busa bitches. Ego a little bit that you saved my pictures. That's nice to know. Thank you. Something else. Give me some. Anyway, what else? I think that's it, guys. So I hope you learn how to run your Instagram aesthetically, of course. Stay aesthetically royal. I see you next time. Love you. Bye.